Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is about 6:47 a.m. April 30th. I'm getting ready for Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. About to go pick up my buddy Derek. We're gonna go do some game hunting. But first we gotta drive about 4 hours. Not looking forward to that, but we're gonna find some cool games, hopefully. Let's get it. Oh yeah, we got Derek, we got Nicole.
Hi, I'm pausing the music selection.
Oh, you are? Oh, yeah, go for it. You see, I got CDs because that's how retro I am.
That's how it goes.
Derek, what are you excited for?
I'm excited to go. But last year was kind of bad because it was like middle of COVID and everything was still like the bubble hadn't really popped.
Right.
So you couldn't really buy anything that was worth your time.
Right.
So this year I want to find Asura's Wrath for the 360.
Yeah.
Isn't really that hard to find, but I just want to get one. I want Beyond Good and Evil for original Xbox.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which,
I found it already. It's over. I can go home. See you guys. Sweet video. And then I have recently bought a Evercade, and so I'm gonna look for like Evercade games, I think, or maybe the consoleized version.
Nice. I want some JRPGs. I also want to find Asura's Wrath. I want to find Lollipop Chainsaw for whatever console.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that's just, you know, find some hidden gems, find some cool shit.
Yeah.
Let's go. So we made it back.
Quite a journey.
Yeah, it was 9 hours in the car, essentially.
Less than that at the place.
Right. It was. There's a dog in the background too, so that's fun. We're in a. See, I told you. Technical difficulties.
You won't let it be.
Come on, go. You son of a bitch! Rudeness. But yeah, we spent about 4 hours there, and it was my first experience at Midwest Gaming Classic. And
This is like my 10th, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I've been going since, well, maybe it's 12. I think it's my first time was 2010.
Shit. Okay, well, you know, it was great, except the fact that a lot of vendors were cash only, and the ATM, all the ATMs in the building ran out of cash.
Money. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, so there were a couple of games that I really wanted to buy, but they were like cash only, and they refused to do PayPal, Venmo, cards, nothing. So, which is probably fine. I spent about $300 today. What about you, D?
Like 400, 450.
Yeah, but it's we got some good things. I think so.
I'm happy with what I got.
What do you think of the convention as a whole, though, this year?
So I've been going every year. Last year was kind of weak because COVID was still like happening, so there weren't really that many people who went, and prices were real bad last year. They're still not great because COVID is still COVID, but the bubble hasn't really popped yet, but it's down a little. But
Right.
This year was better, and clearly people are like out and about again.
Oh, yeah.
Like there were so many people. It was one of the like most attended I've seen in a long time. So that was really cool. And
Oh, yeah.
This is the first time it's ever been 3 floors. That was cool too.
Oh, God, yeah. We didn't really spend a whole lot of time on the other 2 floors because the second floor was mostly food. And then the one above that was like the retro, like arcade area.
Yeah, so like the pinball, the arcade cabs, stuff like that. But normally all of that is like one floor. There's normally like room for all of it in one place. And this year the vendor hall was like way too big. And it even like flooded out into the hallways and stuff, which it's never done before. So
It was a really cool experience, my first actual like gaming convention. And now I just need to know I need to save up way more money to go again. And actually, you know, make sure I bring cash just in case.
yeah, bless you with a little bit more notice.
Right, exactly. He told me a month ago, he's like, hey, you want to go to Midwest Classic in April? I'm like, sure, why not? But worth it, 100%. But yeah, let's show you guys what we picked up. Derek, how about you start off? What's some cool stuff you got?
I got Wave Race, Blue Storm.
Ooh.
For the Gamecube. It's the sequel to the 64 game. It's one of my favorite games ever.
And this is the Japanese import.
It is, yeah. I'm a big import collector. That's like a huge part of what I like to collect. And I love the little, like, the tiny GameCube boxes. I think that's just something really cool about the Japanese GameCube games.
I really like that too, except I don't have any import consoles, and they were really expensive this year, or else I would have picked one up. But yeah, I really
my
like
Wii region modded, so
nice.
I can play Japanese GameCube games on it. But I was really happy to find a copy of this. I've had one on my watch list on eBay for months, so happy to find another one.
There you go.
How about you?
So I'm gonna start this off actually with a non-game. I got an Ichigo Funko Pop for $12 because
Funko?
they see part of it in my videos at home, but I mean the only reason I got it was $12, and
it's Ichigo.
Yeah, and it's the same Funko at the dealer like 2 spaces down was like double this, so I was like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, for $12.
AAA exclusive too. That's
cool.
Cool.
Yeah, and it came with a protective sleeve.
That's nice.
In case, so
take care of it.
Exactly. So yeah, one more. I don't buy Funkos really that much anymore, but
yeah, that's you got to not have very many left to want.
Accurate.
I got a game called Escaform. Another Japanese PlayStation Japanese game, but it's a PlayStation 1 game. To be honest, I don't know anything about it other than, I mean, the back looks pretty cool, and in the screenshots, I don't know how well this will pick up, but it looks like a little 16-bit adventure game, so that seems neat. It is 2 discs, and the discs are like just interesting Japanese bright colors and stuff, which is one of the things I always like about getting import games, is there's just something, I don't know, about the way it's presented in the over there where there's just more care in it. Like the manuals are in color, which never happened over here, and it's just interesting.
Right.
So this one looks fun. I'm excited to see what it's even about. I literally know nothing about this one.
There was a lot of Japanese import games that I saw. They're like inbox, brand new, that I was interested in, but because I can't read Japanese, I didn't know what they were about or what their playstyle was, so I didn't really want to spend the money.
Right.
Hoping to get a good game.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things with this. This one was $25, and who knows? Maybe I won't love this game. It looks awesome though, and I can't read Japanese myself either, but I've played enough Japanese PlayStation games. I have 300 to where I'm familiar enough with what characters mean, start or save or exit or quit or stuff like that.
Okay.
So I don't know what that says, but I know that button saves the game every time I push it. So I can get through them, but RPGs and stuff are still hard. But if this is a little adventure game, who knows? Maybe it'll be fun.
Well, going with the PlayStation 1, I literally, in the first booth that we saw when we walked in, I found 3 games that I wanted. All of them were expensive as hell, including Parasite Eve 2 for the PlayStation 1. Yeah. And I got the first Parasite Eve on a whim. And
it's a great game.
Yeah, fantastic game. And I know the other 2 games, the Parasite Eve 2 and the Third Birthday, are pretty hard to find. And this one, I had to get it, and the guy who was working there gave me a discount because I bought all 3 of the games, and I spent about $230 on the first table.
Yeah, I had no idea that Parasite Eve had gotten that high. I would have, if you would have just asked me, if you would have picked up a copy of this and been how much is this? I would have been I don't know, $50 maybe.
Oh, the first one was 50.
I had no idea. It was what was it, 130 or something?
115.
Before
the discount.
I had no idea.
And it's in great shape.
Yeah, it's beautiful condition. This looks great. Everything's all there.
Right, just got a few scratches on there. Got the manual in there. So, good stuff. And I'm excited. I need to finish the first one before I play this one. But, just great pickup. I'm actually more excited to get PlayStation 1 games lately, especially if I find really
There's some really,
rare ones.
really good stuff to be played, and it's just fun to collect. The rare stuff is always flashy, and a lot of the rare PlayStation 1 games are really iconic too.
Right.
Everyone knows Parasite Eve. It's rare now, but everyone knows it. So it's fun. It's hard, as an import collector where I have a ton of rare games that no one's ever heard of. You know, no one cares. If I just bring you over to show you my shelf, you're gonna be all right, cool, man. I guess that looks neat. But if I pick up Parasite Eve, you're gonna be oh, I know that game. I know Final Fantasy. I know whatever. And so those collecting PS1 is really fun for that reason.
Right.
Every game that you pick up that's cool is also something that everyone knows.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I know those games. I know Crash Bandicoot, or everyone knows the PlayStation 1 good games. And so PlayStation 1 is a lot of fun to collect.
What other cool stuff did you get?
One One of the things on the way up there that Phil and I were talking about getting is he really wanted to find a copy of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for PlayStation 2. And a US copy of that is 150, 170 something
Easily,
now.
yeah.
I am blessed with the fact that I don't need to deal with that. I bought a Japanese copy for my Japanese PlayStation 2 for $24. Nice $24.99. So I was like, hey, Phil, I just found Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for $25. He's like, what? And I was like, I'm kidding, it was a Japanese copy. But still, works perfect for me, especially for a fighting game. Who needs to read it?
Yeah, right? Like, you really don't need to read things.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of the best, it's the best Dragon Ball game in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm incredibly nostalgic for 2. Budokai Tenkaichi 2, just because it's the one I had. But 3 is just better. It's just 2 with more characters.
Exactly.
But I'm really happy to own it. I've never personally owned a copy of Tenkaichi 3, so excited to finally have that.
I have the one for
or
Wii.
Sparking Meteor, as it's called in Japan.
I have the one for Wii, but it's Wii.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's definitely not the same. Another game I bought at the first booth, where I spent most of my money this trip, got Final Fantasy III for the DS. And this is actually one of the first Final Fantasy games I actually ever got to play.
Oh, really?
Like, ever. And I really liked the class system in this. The character customization, and the story was pretty solid.
Yeah, 3 is good, and the DS version is great too. Like, it holds up really well. It's converted really well. It's a good version.
Excuse you.
I'm sorry you didn't get any games, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Bummer.
You know, Oscar's just mad because he didn't get Final Fantasy III. I really like looking at the games you got because they're almost all Japanese imports.
Yeah. I got a copy of Mr. Mosquito with a cover that is dramatically more ridiculous than the American version.
Right.
But for $15, I think the American Mr. Mosquito is like $50 or something now.
I've never seen an American copy of this game though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like goofy. It's like got that yellow kind of. You know the game Mad Maestro for PS2?
I've heard of it.
It's the same kind of like yellow framed box, but this one is just ridiculous. But I love this game, and I know it's kind of a silly game, but I've played a ton of this one, and so I'm happy to own a copy of it again.
What exactly do you do in it? You're mosquito? Like,
yeah, you're literally a mosquito, and like this Japanese family moves into this house, and you just terrorize them, and like you fly around and just try to like suck enough blood to like proceed through the levels without getting smacked. Screenshot on the back there for just swinging at you. And,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a blast. There's a really lewd stage where she's like taking a bath and like all kinds of stuff. It's a blast.
Can we help you, Oscar? Because I gave you an opportunity to leave and you won't take it. Well, you know, it's fine. Oscar's here just hanging out. He's just mad because he didn't get any sweet games like this. Chrono Trigger.
The sweetest game.
For the DS.
My favorite game.
So my buddy Brent was telling me last night when we were hanging out, like, man, you need to find Chrono Trigger for the DS. And how horrible would it have been if I opened this up and there was no game in there? But he told me like the 3DS version, not 3DS, the DS version is the best version to get. And so I'm like, screw it, if I find one there, I'll get it. And at first I found Parasite Eve, then I saw Final Fantasy, and then as I'm about to pay, I see this sticking out, you know, at the
spined out.
The spine. I'm like, fuck, how much is this? And so I'm like, man, give me a good deal, please. Please, give me. I'm about to drop a lot of money on these.
That was hilarious. We had walked in the door, we like got to the first table, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go tell Nicole, the one who was in the back of the car at the start of the video, I'm gonna go tell her that they've got some good plushes. And I came back and Phil had already picked up 2 games, and I was like, oh dang, he already found some stuff. And then he was ringing up and it was $160 or whatever already. And I was like, dang, he's going in. And then he's like, ah, damn it. And he just like grabbed his Chrono Trigger, and I was like, oh man, he's doing it. Booth 1 got him.
Yeah, it was another $120 for this game. He gave me $20 off though. Yeah. So I got all
good
3.
Deal for all 3.
Yeah, all 3 for $230.
Yeah.
Like,
that's pretty good.
It hurt my wallet badly, but
it's like getting Final Fantasy 3 for free.
See, my problem was I was going to throw this all on my credit card, and then he was like, cash only. And I'm like,
well, now it's real money.
Yeah, so I had to go find any money, but I couldn't because all the ATMs were out of money. So I just said, hey man, can I just Venmo you this, please? And he was cool enough to do it.
That's awesome.
So I had to Venmo him my actual money, not my fake money. So that was fun. But yeah, Chrono Trigger is, I've never got to fully play through it. And
love it.
I've been meaning to, and
It's literally my favorite game.
yeah, this is might be my best opportunity to play through it. So Chrono Trigger, yeah, I think I'm set for a while. But what other crazy ass Japanese imports did you get?
I got Nights into Dreams. I didn't know this came out on PlayStation 2. This is a Sega Saturn game. I had no idea it was ported to PS2, but apparently this is the version that they use for all of the newer remasters of the game that have come out. There's one on like the Wii, I think, and then there's like some eShop kind of ones that have been released. And this is apparently the version that they use to like source it, as opposed to the Saturn version. But I'm excited to have it. It's a blast. Have you ever played this game?
I've seen like the different types of games in this franchise, but never played it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's made by Sonic Team.
Nice.
But the worlds are really fun to explore, and especially for like a Saturn game, it was really the worlds just felt really big, and there's like multiple paths to get through and stuff. And one of the crazy things about this one is that the world changes based on like what day it is. So like if you put in like dates. Like, you put in Christmas, and it'll be, like, snowing, and people will be wearing, like, different costumes, or, like, Valentine's Day or New Year's. There's, like, different costumes and stuff that'll happen, so you have to play these on, like, special days.
That's really cool. What happens if you play it on 420?
Ooh, I don't know.
We gotta find out
I'd
sometime.
probably run into walls.
Why can't I walk, man? This one's kind of a stupid purchase I feel like I made, but it was more for nostalgic purposes.
Okay.
A in-box copy of Duel Masters Kaijudo Showdown for the Game Boy Advance. I played this game so much as a kid, and the show was fucking goofy.
The show's Goon City.
It even got more like, it broke the fourth wall so much in the later seasons. Like, that was its thing. But I love card games, and like me and Derek play card games together, and just the fact that this was on a mobile video game console that I could play while I was at school.
Right, yeah, well, it says on the back there, duel with 300 cards, so like there's still like a big old card pool to use, so there's like a lot of variety.
Oh, and
I've actually never played the Game Boy Advance version of that game. I had the one that was on like PS2.
I have that one too, yeah. That game's also just stupid fun.
It is, but I never played that one.
It doesn't...
The box rules all chromed out and like holographic like that.
The guy who was selling it, he didn't have a price tag on it, so I'm like, hey man, what do you want for this? And he's like, well, I don't know, how much is it worth online? I'm like,
That's such a shitty thing. Like,
Right.
You're gonna run a booth at a game convention, you don't have to have everything priced or like be an expert, but like don't ask me to tell you what your game should cost. Like, that's just such a weird concept. Like there's nowhere else that could work. Like you walk into like Walmart and you're like, hey, how much is this vacuum? And they're like, I don't know, look it up. What?
Man,
doesn't make any sense.
So it's kind of cool that it has like the manual and everything in it, except it doesn't have the free like pack of cards like it says it should. But yeah,
that'd be a crazy find to find one that still has the booster pack. That'd be nuts,
right? That I don't have many. I think this is the only game I've ever gotten in my collecting that like has a full in case with everything. For Game Boy Advance, and yeah, so I paid like $20 for it because I found some for like 20, and he's like, oh, it's up for 20. I'm like, but if I could buy it for 20 online, why would I give you the money? But I said, screw it. It's my first, it's my first game con, so fuck it,
You gotta have a silly pickup.
Exactly, that's definitely my silly pickup for the week.
So, the guy that I bought all of these Japanese PS2 games from, I was digging through his box, and I was like, oh man, Mr. Mosquito, oh wow, Knights, that's cool. Oh, this thing, that, and the other thing. And I was like, just picking stuff up. And then he goes, hey man, have you ever heard of this game called Chain Dive? And like, the second he picked it up, I was like, yoink. I've been looking for a copy of Chain Dive for years, and really excited to finally own this game. It's a blast. It's a hack and slash game, but you have chain, and you like it's very elevated. So like you have like these orbs in the sky that you can like chain to, and so it's all about getting these like ridiculously long like Spider-Man-y combos.
See, that sounds awesome. I don't feel like that never got released in like the American market.
No, we didn't get this game at all, and it's a blast. I think it would have done just fine, but yeah, it's crazy. The art style's cool. It's got a little bit of like Metal Gear Revengeance looking to it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. I played it once. Like the first time I played it was, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. At a guy's house, he was like, "You got to check this game out." Once I was like first getting into imports, and since then I've been looking for a copy of it. And when that dude was like, "You ever heard of this game?" I was like, "I certainly have." Give it to me.
Give it now. This game I picked up, and it was a rather surprise. I found it. Blue Fire for the Switch. I remember seeing a couple posts on like I saw it on the Nintendo eShop, and it looked really cool, but it was like $20 or $30 for a physical, sorry, for the digital. I'm like, I'll wait till it's on sale, but
Right.
I prefer always to get my games physical if I could.
Yeah.
So I saw this for $20 at a booth that was kind of like on the edge of everything. I'm like, give me that right now. It even has a little like booklet in there.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Little booklet in there, and
Graffiti games.
yeah, it's really, from what I can
looks
tell,
cool.
it is a hack and slash adventure with platforming and boss fights.
Yeah, I'm confident it's probably sad or something too. All these like artsy platformer games are always sad like that.
You know, I just realized, remember I was telling you we should have picked, there was another one there for $25
yeah.
that was new sealed, and we said we were
didn't-
going to go.
we didn't go back and
We
get it.
didn't. We were disappointed because we lost the raffle, and we were just like, let's go home now.
There was a raffle right at the end of the day to get if you won the raffle, you would win $500 just like free spending money to the con. And we're like, well, fuck. I mean, that's more that gives me my entire day for free.
Yeah, exactly.
And part of Phil's day, and that's amazing. And Nicole, her ticket was off by like, so it was like 2000 something, and hers was off by like a number.
Yeah.
It was crazy how close she was.
I felt like, I felt like I couldn't breathe for a second when he kept saying 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm like, because it wasn't us. Because
I had 004, and as soon as he was like 0, 0, 0, I was like, well, I'm out. Then I'm over, Nicole's got zeros. I was like, it's happening.
We could do this, but no, we just ended up leaving, so we didn't get your copy of it,
Yep.
sadly.
Oh,
but
well.
it looks really cool. I'm actually probably gonna play this tomorrow for a bit to
I'll
see.
steal it from you.
Oh, so
my last PlayStation pickup, I got.
oh man, I kind of wanted to find those for
I don't
like the
remember
360 or
exactly
PS4.
what the actual. So these are part of the Simple 2000 series in Japan, which they're all labeled on the side here, and they're all called the something. And I don't remember exactly what this one is called, the whatever, but it's the Onochabara games, Bikini Samurai Squad, volumes 1 and 2. I picked up volume 2 first. I was like, I'll get that, I guess. And I was digging a little further, and I found 1, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm getting that too. And the guy's like, well, yeah, you can't just get just volume 2. I was like, you're absolutely right. But they're just ridiculous hack and slash zombie games.
So basically, girls in skimpy outfits slaying zombies with guns and swords and magic and all that good stuff.
Then they had it for 360 too, and I almost bought it, but it was $90, and I was like, well, these are $25 a piece. That's already kind of deep. $90 for the Xbox One, that would have been a lot. But I was like, man, to just get them all at once like that would have been crazy. But there's the one on the Wii too. I guess that's the same as the 360 one. But these are really exciting to have, just the two PS1 or PS2 versions. Really happy about that.
I really wanted to find those games also for like the 360 or like PS4, but once again, didn't find them.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I found the one copy for 360, and it was $90. It was an English copy, but it was $90. I was like, nope, don't need it.
This one though was kind of like my surprise of the day. The raffle. So the raffle that we participated in also had like a free spin on this wheel. If you landed on a certain spot, you would get prizes depending on the color you landed on.
Yep.
I barely landed on the silver spot. Like it just slowly nicked in there the last second. Like I thought I was going to be screwed, but no. I got a free copy of the Final Fantasy 7 and 8 twin pack for the Switch. Because my prize essentially was pick a Play Asia game that they had there, which was like the Ninja Gaiden trilogy, Chocobo, GP, which I was thinking about it, but I'm like, I mean, I really wanted to get these on the Switch anyway.
Well,
so
we had just talked about this
Yeah.
today, even. That
Yeah.
you had already had 7, and you're like, I want to kind of get a physical one, but I already have 7, so half the value's gone.
Right.
Now it's all back because you got it for free.
Exactly. And I've never fully played through original 7 nor 8. So being able to play these on the Switch now would actually be pretty fun, because now that I'm getting older, I'm getting more appreciation for older games.
Yeah.
And like, because I never got to play the PS1. I didn't have a PS1 growing up. I had the N64.
Me too. I was a 64 kid.
And then we had a Super.
Regrettably.
Right. then we got the PlayStation 2.
Yep. I
one
went
year.
from 64 to PS2 as well.
And so there's a whole bunch of really cool games that I never got to experience. So yeah, just free game. I walked up to Derek. I'm like, I won something.
Yeah, I missed the gold spin, which is the best spin you could get, and you get these like custom art things they did. I missed it by like, yay! It just like clicked like just pass it and stop. And they're like, I was like,
Why are you so strong, man?
see you later, guys. And I was like, I won. I was like, bitch.
Oh, and then you got some sweet
picked
Xbox
up-
games too.
Yeah, 2 games for the original Xbox. I got a copy of Red Ninja, which I've been looking for a while. I told Phil this is one of the games that I wanted to get today, and 10 minutes into the convention, he comes running over. He's like, Derek, I found a copy. And he had the guy hold it for me, and he like set it aside. So really happy to have this. But I owned it at one point, got rid of it, and then immediately regretted it, and haven't found it again since. So really happy to have it back.
That actually looks pretty solid. Just like
Yeah.
a Ninja Gaiden game, except you're
You're just a booba lady.
a boob.
But yeah, it's just it's a lot like Tenchu. It's super stealthy. It's like one of those like 2 or 3 hit kill, or like you get hit a couple of times and you're dead. So you've really got to like be super stealthy about it. And then I told Phil before we went, or you guys saw it at the beginning of the video, that I was looking for Beyond Good and Evil, and he gave me his copy if I couldn't find one. But right away, same seller, found a copy of that as well.
For a good price too.
Yeah, 17 or 18 bucks. I paid cash, so got $2 off.
See, that's a really cool thing. Like,
Yeah,
if
it's
you
neat
pay
that they did
cash,
that,
you get a bit of a more of a discount.
Yeah, so that's the thing that's a little bit tough about like this kind of convention, is that there are like individual like independent sellers who just do like whatever they want, and then there are like stores. Like these came from like Video Games Exchange, and so the stores are a little tougher because like some of them charge tax, some of them like won't let you use anything except the card because they have to like log it just right in their system. Some of them are really really picky, and it's kind of strange, but. Was really happy to find both of those. Those were 2 games I was like desperately looking for. Beyond Good and Evil is one of my favorite Xbox games, and I've been meaning to get it again. And I've been looking for a really long time. And one time, walk into a local game store, and sure enough, Phil's ass is there. And he's like, "Dude, look what I just bought! I just bought Beyond Good and Evil." I was like, "God damn it! I came here looking for that game." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, man." And it's like,
Well, you know what?
foiled again.
At the end of the day, I came back around and I found you Red Ninja and
Beyond Good and Evil.
So I came back and repaid it with
The sin is
interest.
repented for sure.
And then my final game I picked up today, it was kind of just, I saw it, at the very first booth we went to. This was there too. It was just kind of like hidden in the back shelves. Never Dead for the 360. And this is a weird game that Konami didn't make a whole lot of copies of, as far as I know, but it's just...
It didn't do incredibly well.
Oh,
and the
no.
people that bought it turned it back in pretty quickly.
Yup. I remember...
It's real frustrating. Like, it's really, really cool. You never die. And like, when you die, your limbs, like, explode, and, like, you just, like, go all over the place, and you roll around as, like, your head, and you have to, like, go pick your body parts back up. But it's really annoying, because, like, you'll be fighting a boss or something, you'll, like, hit them one time, and then they just, like, slap you, and your body just goes flying all over the map. And so you have to, like, roll around for, like, 10 minutes before you can go do anything. So people were like, this is dumb. But, like, it's a really unique game. I love it a lot. I've played all the way through it, and it's one I've been looking for my collection, too. So it's an awesome game. It's cool that you found it.
Yeah, like, it was definitely on my list of... it was near the bottom of my list, definitely. But the fact that it was $20...
Yeah. $20 for weird 360 games is a decent price these days, like, just in general, so...
Right, this is going to be on the shelf. It's going to be, displayed proudly.
Yep.
Oscar.
My last pickup of the day is my big one.
Yeah.
Phil and I were talking about how like one of the things that's kind of cool about these conventions is like you're willing to like make a spend that you normally wouldn't. Like for example, like Parasite Eve or whatever. Like, if Parasite Eve was just at like video games etc. in town, you would have been like, sure, here's $115, have a good day. Like you would have probably been like, no, I don't really need that right now.
Right.
But like there's something about being at a con and like just buying it like in the moment that's like invigorating in a way that isn't the same normally. So I always kind of like allow myself to make one big purchase. And this one really isn't that big per se comparatively to some things, but it's something that I've been meaning to buy myself for a long time. And well, it was there, and so I finally did it. The Evercade Versus. I have the handheld, and I love it. And I've got the first 20 cartridges. This one is a consoleized version, so you can play it on your TV, and it's the deluxe pack, so it has 2 controllers and comes with both of the original arcade releases. So it's got like 18 total games you could play, like right out of the gate. But with my 20 cartridges that I already own, so 22 with this, I've got hundreds of options that I could play. So I was really, really excited about that. But the same seller had cartridges 21, the Intellivision collection. Which admittedly I don't have a ton of desire to go play in television games that are, barely more than 2,600 games.
Right.
But, collecting completionists, and I can't skip a cartridge.
No.
So that was there. But one that I'm excited about, the Bitmap Brothers collection, number 1. This is cartridge number 22. And this has a couple of games that I'm really excited to play. I'm excited to try out this Chaos Engine game. And then Xenon 2 I've always loved. The Speedball games are fun. And then there's 3 of them, Speedball 2, and Speedball 2100. I've only ever played Speedball 1 and 2, so I'm excited to try out 2100 as well. So that was exciting. But the guy who was running the booth goes, so the Versus is cool, man. It's a neat system. I think you'll enjoy it. I was like, no, I've got everything already. I've just been meaning to buy the consoleized version. But it's just like, it normally is only sold in Europe. So like it's...
Oh, shit.
It's annoying to like pick it up and like... So like, I just have to ship it. It's like a whole thing.
Right.
So I just haven't pulled the trigger. And he was like, yeah, he had like a bunch of Atari Lynx games, and he has made a bunch of his own too. But he also bought all the rights to those games, and he's the one that basically made it so that they could license the Atari Lynx games for the Evercade. So he had a copy of the Atari Lynx collection that he signed, Carl Forum. And I was like, well, dang, I already have this, but the copy signed by the dude that got the rights to make this even be able to happen.
That's awesome.
I thought was really cool, and is a neat thing to add to a collection that I've got, pretty well established.
It's like this con in general, like there was more things I wanted to buy.
Oh yeah, I could have spent hundreds of more dollars.
Oh god, yeah, but I need to live,
Right.
That's the tough part. There were some games that games I really wanted to pick up that were just a little outside my price range at the time. Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans on the DS. He was wanting 70, but I talked him down to 60. But then he wanted cash only, and I didn't have cash. He wouldn't accept any other payment, so I'm like, well, can't do that.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. There was a couple of Pokemon games, Pokemon Crystal and Emerald, but well over like $130 to $160. I'm like,
yeah, it can't be.
I can't
not
do
that serious.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to get a decent amount of games of the main series Pokemon, and I have almost all of them. It's just those third entries that are like stupidly expensive.
Yeah, real prohibitive to pick up.
Exactly. Yeah. I wanted to find Lollipop Chainsaw, but I couldn't find that, except for one copy that was just beat to shit.
To hell, yeah.
But they still wanted over $30 for it. I'm like, no, that's not worth it.
Can't have that.
But what about you? Did you try to find anything that you couldn't find?
Well, I wanted a copy of Never Dead, but...
Sorry.
Again? So there's that. But I wanted a copy of Ashura's Wrath, which I didn't see a single copy of. I saw one for PS3, but very cool noise. I saw one copy for PS3, but None for the 360. Not a single one all over the entire center.
How much was the PS3 one, if you don't mind? If you remember at least.
I don't 30 something, I think. Maybe.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good deal. I mentioned to you that I wanted to get a copy of Spike Out Battle Street, and I found one copy, and it's the same dude that had all these games, but it was sealed, and he wanted $200 for it, and he's like, I know it's a lot, but it's sealed. And I was like, yeah, but I want to play it. And he's like, well, I can't bring myself to open it. I wanted to play it too. And I was like, well,
I don't get that.
Next time.
We'll try for next time. I did find, as I also told you, I was trying to find Xenosaga 3.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it until like the very near the end of the convention. I saw this one booth. I saw it right next to the other two games. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, I got to see how much he wants for this. But then I saw they were rubber band together, and he wanted $400 for the trilogy. And I asked him, I wanted to ask him, there's no way you're gonna let me separate these, right? And just see how much 3 is. I know it's outside my price range, but I wanted to know. But that was a rough one.
I had a buddy who asked me to try to find him a copy of Shining Force 3 for the Sega Saturn.
Oh.
And if I could find it for less than $400, I was supposed to let him know. I saw one copy of it. It was $450. And
rude.
Yeah. But the one other thing that I really wanted to get, this guy who had these Japanese games, he had Fist of the North Star for PS2, the fighting game that's made by Arc. It's an incredible game, but it was like $60, and I'd already found all of these, and I was like, I spent like $200 on that little pile, and then I was like, I can't add another $60 on top of this.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, man, that one's gonna have to wait. But that one I held in my hand for like 10 minutes. I was like, I want this game so bad. It's such a good fighter.
See, there was honestly my first impressions of this convention were everyone was super nice. Everyone it was cool to be around people that also had the same love of gaming that I do, and it really was it was a great time. I want to go back again. My only problem is that everyone wanted cash only, and I don't think that's not really. I feel like in this day and age, that's not really.
It's weird for me. Like I wouldn't go to like a place with like independent sellers and not bring a bunch of cash. Like we stopped for cash for me.
Oh yeah.
Before we left.
I wish I had done that myself, but I want to throw everything in my credit card and just pay it back next month.
Do it later. Yeah. So like it's weird that was just not an option at all. I know that most people would like prefer cash because it's easier and just like hold it and be done with it. But like to just not accept it at all was super strange.
Right.
Like and like PayPal even. Like,
right.
I know PayPal just recently changed their like tax system. So if you get more than like $600 in PayPal in a year, you have to like report it.
Right.
And so like maybe that's what it is. And they're like, I just don't want to deal with that this year. And like this is cash. I don't have to talk about it.
Like, but like Venmo, Cash App.
Yeah. Like there's any way. There's tons of other ways I could have just gifted you money.
Right.
And we could have just moved on. But it's a shame that happened like that. But
beyond that,
the lesson for next year is tell Phil more than a month ahead of time, and then also tell Phil to bring cash.
That too. I guess just like the biggest negative was just like that. I couldn't. There wasn't a lot of people that accepted cards, but also the fact that, like you mentioned, last year was super inflated pricing, and I still feel like a lot of it was still there.
Things are going down. Like things that were real bad have like peaked and have came down a little. Yes,
true.
But like we're still not like back to pre-COVID prices.
Oh,
and to be honest, I don't know that we like will be.
Oh right.
Like, but on the other hand, there's got to be like there's clearly like a downward trend. Mm-hmm. So it's happening. It's just slow, but it's
mainly just seeing games that we would, our local game store has for like half the price that they would have. Like I saw a copy of Skyrim, like PS3 Skyrim, like OG Skyrim for $15.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like a $6 game.
Yeah. like I understand like you're there to make money, but I'd rather make
context is a thing. Yeah. But like damn.
Like I'd rather sell more for less because it's still gonna add up than try to price everything super high.
Not sell anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a strange idea, I think.
But yeah, beyond that, I mean, like I saw a lot of famous YouTubers that I follow, like Kelsey Lewin, John Riggs, the immortal John Hancock. Didn't see Metal Jesus Rocks though. He was there, but we never saw him.
Yep.
But he even saw all three of them too, and we were not like always together during this.
Yeah, I saw everyone else. I saw the pictures of Metal Jesus with all of the guys I saw, and I saw pictures of people with him, but I never saw him anywhere. Just a ghost. Didn't exist to me.
Right. I kept my eyes open too, but you know, just
I
wasn't
like
meant to be.
him quite a bit. I was excited to just like meet him, you know, or like we had said, like even just to be like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
but
like
no,
excited.
just nothing. Just didn't see him at all.
It's like the rare Metal Jesus
just-
Rocks.
Yeah,
Like,
just
oh,
a
hey,
unicorn.
there he is. Okay, cool. We're good.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that, man. But it was a fun time. I definitely want to go again. And
Midwest Gaming Classic is it's a cool convention. One of the things, like the fact that it's in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Like you said it really well. Like everyone's really friendly because it's a Midwestern show.
Yeah.
You don't have any of that like coastal like attitude or anything that you can kind of get at some of those. And it's still like huge. It's like a 10,000 square foot sales floor, and like it's massive. There are 100+ sellers. Like there's games as far as the eye can see. It's not like you're getting shorted by not going to like Seattle or something.
Oh yeah,
and or like Portland Gaming Expo or like any of those like huge ones. You're still getting like plenty of convention to see. There's hundreds of arcade cabinets to play. There's special guests. There's live music. There's a wrestling
show,
amateur wrestling that happens.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's a good time. And I mean I've been going every year for 10 whatever years now. I'm not gonna stop. Even when I wasn't like really collecting all that hard, I had a couple years where I was just kind of like not really into too much, and I was still going. And I love it. I'll continue to go as long as I can. And I think everyone with any ability to go should go. It's definitely worth your time.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going next year. I'm just gonna have to save up a little bit more money for that.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see how round 2 goes.
Right. See how we do in 2023.
Yeah, and maybe by that point, maybe the bubble will burst a little more too.
I'm hoping.
Things will go down a little bit more.
I'm really, really hoping. But thank you guys so much for getting to the end of this video. If you did, thank you so much for Derek for inviting me.
Thank you for letting me on the show.
Of course, and thank you for letting me drive.
Yeah, man. You're welcome. That was a huge favor of me to let you drive, but I think I was okay with it.
I think you fell asleep a couple times during the drive.
Only most of it.
Right. But it was. I can't wait for next year though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching though. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Why not? I'm almost at 100 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I started at 46 earlier this year, and now I'm up to 100. Almost. I'm 2 away.
Ooh.
2 away.
That's awesome. Self-promotion. CCG replay. Come find me too.
Oh, there you go. See?
I'm gonna make him put it in the description.
I'm gonna do that. All right, later guys.